Hey everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I am Peter, that is Connor, and we're going to talk about Timeless, Season 1, Episode 11. It's called The World's Columbian Exposition. Full spoilers for the episode. And I had to look at the title because it was an awkward way to remember.
It doesn't flow, that one, does it?
It doesn't, no, I had to look at it and read it because I couldn't remember.
You almost want to say Expedition at the end.
Yeah, or even Explosion. Like, these words would have
Yeah.
worked better. But hey. Timeless is back. Shows are coming back after Christmas, so we had Shield last week. This is the second one to come back, so it's nice to have a show regular. It's kind of weird that we only have another 5 left after this one. We're actually quite
Yeah, so
yeah.
6 including this after
Yeah,
Christmas.
yeah. So we're nearing the end of the season.
Yeah, we're in the back third.
I don't know if I said full spoilers, but full spoilers. So this plot of this one is, of course, the last one before Christmas ended with Lucy being taken away by Flynn, and we kind of pick up right there. You know, the guys get back and they're like, "No, we need to go after them." They've already jumped back to 1893, I think the year was, and it's the Chicago World Fair. Oh no, New York's World Fair. Sorry.
Well, they go New York first, I think. Oh no, I mean he's jumped back to New
Yeah.
York first, and then they come back and he does another jump, and it is Chicago, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, right. So anyway, so he goes. So they're there, and the guys go back after them, and this one sounds quite insane when you say it in a very quick way, because this
Yeah.
episode features 2 main things. It features both Lucy with Flynn using Harry Houdini to break into a meeting to kill Ford and Edison.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy in its own right.
And then
And
you
the-
have
And in the same episode, you have H.H. Holmes, and you have a murder story with
a
him.
murder hotel.
The murder hotel. Yeah, you got all that. That's where Wyatt and Rufus end up.
Which is played as like a straight horror.
Yeah, oh, it is. Yeah, absolutely. I like this one a lot. Actually, I thought this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, me too.
And we've kind of praised it because obviously the first batch of episodes were very kind of formulaic, and they've been shaking that up sort of a bit more in the last few, and this one again felt different. 'Cause obviously we have Lucy starting off with Flynn, that's different on its own, having these 2 different plots. It was insane enough that we had Houdini and the H.H. Holmes stuff together, but then when Lucy with H.H. Holmes, or no, sorry, with Houdini managed to trick Flynn and escape from him, and then she's like, "Yeah, come help me save my friends, there's a serial killer." And then there was that running joke of what's a serial killer, because in this time period no one's ever heard of one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, she's going to use Houdini to save the other guys from H.H. Holmes.
Yeah.
If I have one complaint, and I do have one, this might be the quickest I have ever called a twist in my life.
Yeah.
Before I even met who the killer was, I called the twist. I called it as soon as we seen the person who the show wanted us to believe was the killer. I went, it's not him.
No, it was. How could it be? As soon as you see that shot of him with the keys, and
It's like, that's too easy. It's not him.
it's not him. Yeah.
Yeah, and as soon as we met, Mustache Man, who turned out to be H.H. Holmes, of course, but as soon as we met him, I think it was George who was the name he was using at the time. But as soon as we met him in the room that they were all locked in, I'm like, yep, that's him. He's the killer. Didn't even think about it. I just knew it was that obvious to me.
I get it. I feel like it's hard to say that they really tried to hide it.
I think it's partly that. I think it's all just partly that I've seen enough stories like this, horror stories and murder mysteries, that it's just it seemed the obvious choice. There was no one else it could be. It couldn't be the woman.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense because we saw her get gassed.
Yeah, but we just know it's not a woman anyway.
Well, yeah, but even so, like you see her get gassed, you see Rufus
Yeah.
get gassed, you see Wyatt get gassed.
Not that we need to. We don't have to see them get gassed. It's Rufus and Wyatt.
Oh yeah, I know, but either way, you see. But I think it's clear that it explicitly shows the 3 of them,
Yeah, but not him. Yeah.
and then not him.
He's just been there for a couple of hours. He's not sure how long.
Yeah,
Yeah. But it did lead to some of my favourite in the show so far, how they've played with the time travel knowledge with H.H. Holmes. So he ends up grabbing Lucy after she's came and rescued them. He grabs Lucy and she's like in the furnace, and he's getting ready to burn her, and she actually managed to keep him, like, stalling him by claiming she's a psychic and bringing up facts that she knows about his life. And I had a lot of fun with that. It was the first time they've really inventively used knowledge from the future to really mess with someone intentionally. Because typically they don't do it. They try and avoid it.
Typically they try and just go, nope, we can't interact as like as little as possible.
Yeah. Whereas here she was like, no, 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 this is your father's name, this is your name, he beat you up as a kid, and I know your future. And then it played out again later when everyone comes in and they've got the gun up to him, and it's this great moment where Wyatt's got the gun up and he's like, give me one reason why I shouldn't shoot you. And he gives this really bit, oh well, you said that, if someone goes missing they'll never know, and that's the biggest thing. I can give all these families closure. And he's like, is he telling the truth? And it plays, for H.H. Holmes' sake, it plays that she's still a psychic. But the beautiful thing about it is because it's history, she's also accurate. It can't be wrong. We know it's right. So and you kind of see, I know roughly the story of H.H. Holmes, but I didn't know if this was true or not. So when she just says no, I'm like, he's going to shoot him.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's fine.
And it's like, it's perfectly justified because it's past actions.
Yeah.
It's not, even though in that specific moment it's something he will or won't do in the future. As far as they're concerned, it's happened.
Yeah.
It's done. He did lie. That's it.
Yeah. So, and it's just, I
love that he shouts out and goes, no, she's a witch, don't trust her.
Do you know what I like about it as well? I like that even though typically they wouldn't just take matters into their own hands and shoot someone, this was like, yeah, this guy's killed a lot of people and he's about to kill you and we know he's going to lie, and like,
yeah, it's just like, go ahead. Well. Just go for it.
Might as well just shoot him. So, no, I like that. Her being in the furnace was creepy. I liked all the stuff in the hotel, actually, just the creeping around the corners, the holes in the wall.
It was very just classic horror movie. The music and the shots.
The hole in the wall was very psycho, staring through the wall.
People, yeah.
So yeah, all that stuff was really fun. And then the other plot with Flynn was fine. It was fun. Houdini was entertaining. Lots of little puns. She even brings up a trick he's not really shown anyone yet, and uses that. I really like when Flynn's like, "Can you open this door?" And it's like, because that's where they go and get him, because they want him
5 locks. Yeah,
they want him to break into this place so he can plant a bomb to kill members of Rittenhouse, which is Edison and Ford. And he looks at it and goes, "Yeah, I can do it. I can pick them all, but it'll take a while." And then he looks up and goes, "Oh, there's a vent up there. Better idea."
Yeah, just this massive jump. He kicks off the wall, doesn't he?
Do you know the funny thing is I would criticise this for being like, that was a bit goofy, but they do it all in one shot and you see him do it. So it's instead of being goofy, it's like, oh no, that was just impressive. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
and
it works.
It plays to his idea of, yeah, sure, he is his master lockpick, but at the core of it, it's the idea that he does the easiest thing. Like, sure, he could do that, or he can just go around.
Yeah. Plus, all the things he would escape out of, he'd have to be very flexible and very, agile. So it all makes sense.
Even in this episode, we don't see him do that much. He gets in the chest.
Yeah.
And that's not that big.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, that was fun. Flynn's reaction to it was amusing. And I like that once he goes in, even though we see all that in one shot and it's really impressive, that's enough to sell us on the fact that he can do it. And then from that point on, it's all from Flynn's perspective, where you just hear the noises, the clunking and the rumbling, and then doors locking from the other side.
Down. Yeah, it's good.
Open. There you go. So, that was good fun. And Rufus stuck up to Rittenhouse this episode. He made them a little recording saying, "You know what, I've realised? I'm the only pilot."
Yeah, it's about time he kind of realised that.
Yeah. Well, that'd have been fine if they'd suggested that someone else could have done it, like, if that's why. But I'm like, okay, now you've brought that up, shouldn't you have thought of that earlier?
Yeah, because it's been clear that that's why he's there. He is the only one capable of piloting it.
Yeah, because he didn't even want to go in the first place. That's why he was going on the trip, because he had to. He was the only one that could, so...
Exactly.
That makes sense. But them reuniting, the team reuniting and having their hugs and all that, and walking out as the music swells. Yeah, it was nice. And one of the things we talked about before Christmas in the last few episodes was how much we kind of cared about the characters now, how that's kind of grown over the season. So them reuniting was kind of cool. I'm not sure if I expected them to reunite in one episode, though. I could have seen it being a few. But... I
agree. I think this is a case of the shorter season impacting it perhaps a little negatively.
Yeah, maybe.
I feel like if this had been the full typical 22, then
it
would have been like 3 episodes. Yeah, I feel like they had to accelerate it a little bit because of that.
It's not a big deal. Because everything in the episode was so fun, it's really hard to complain. My only criticism would be that, as nice as the moment felt when they reunited, it'd have felt that much sweeter had we went a couple of episodes with them apart.
Do you know what? They were really banking on us just this being after the break. So even though it's only been the last episode, it feels like it was a long time ago. I think that's what they're banking on.
Also, I think they missed a weird trick here. They could have had some fun here, and a little twist at the end could have been that for them, they've just went back and got her in the next trip, but for her, she's been on like 10 trips.
Yeah, because they show us that... Because he goes back to try and get the kid from the last episode immediately. Yeah. And then he comes back, and then they go, and they're still waiting for it to recharge because he's got his super battery now.
Yeah.
So it would have been like much better if we didn't have to see it, but just the idea that for her, she's been on like 3 weeks worth of trips, maybe.
Yeah, and that'd have been like, oh, what happened in those 3 weeks, and we could have had some new mysteries and whatever. But well, it wouldn't have been super mysteries. She'd have just told them, but it would have been like fun thing at the end. Yeah. But no, that's it. It was really fun. Horror stuff was. It's probably the most inventive I feel like they've gotten with some of this stuff.
Yeah, I feel like it was above and what I expected.
Yeah,
because it was very horror stylized, like you'd expect to see in a horror film.
And do you know what I liked? I didn't recognize the hotel. Like I say, I know of H.H. Holmes, but I didn't recognize the name of the hotel. So when it cut to Lucy and Flynn, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we've lured them to this, the hotel." She immediately knows what that place is, and she looks worried, and I'm like, "Oh, why is she worried? What's going on?" And and then they talk about it, and I'm like, "Oh man, that's exciting!" Like that was a turn I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, because it was this complete opposite story to what we were getting with her and Houdini as well.
Because what I thought was going to happen early on in the episode is that they were going to follow the guy, and they were going to be sneaking around and trying to get to her the whole episode, and be like 2 steps behind him the whole way. But no, instead they're in a murder
I like
house.
that they completely subvert it, because as much as this is leading up to the formula, the structure at least being back to normal, it seems.
To an extent,
with the team, to an extent, with the team all being ready to go on the mission again. This one kind of had one last kind of, let's really mess with it for now. Yeah,
but the 2 big things, and obviously Rufus stuck up to Rittenhouse, but he also encouraged Mason to do the same. He was like, "I've picked a side, you should pick one too." Yeah. And we know Mason's kind of struggling, and we've seen him be conflicted. And
does this mean we get another scene with him being drunk?
Ideally. And the other big thing, of course, is that Flynn calls Wyatt and tells him who killed his wife.
Yeah, but sets up the dilemma, like, you can't just go back to him.
Yeah, because you were alive in that time.
Yeah.
You have to go further back, so you have to either kill his parents, make sure they never meet, whatever. Or further back, grandparents. Yeah. Pick your part of the family
his situation is go kill his innocent parents, just for your personal, selfish, wish.
And part of me speculates that, I don't think he necessarily is, but there is the possibility that he's lying. Because maybe the target he's given him is someone he wants dead.
It's possible.
Yeah, he is a villain. So
that said, I do find it more interesting if, like he says, he is just a man of his word.
Yeah.
And he's given him this knowing that
it's a catch-22. Yeah, he has to kill someone who's technically innocent. Yeah, well, even technically they are innocent.
They're innocent. It's their kid that's going to do something wrong. It's not their fault at all.
You should have raised your kid not to be a murderer.
Yeah, exactly.
Shame on you.
Yeah.
Which in some cases is true. If H.H. Holmes had a kid, I'm sure... Well, he did have a kid, but if he had one that he actually raised properly, they may have ended up in all sorts of wacky serial killer...
They may well have done. But the point here is I just think it's more interesting this way than it just being a Rittenhouse target.
No, I agree. But I think it's a possibility, so I'm just putting it out there. We can say we
cover our backs. Yeah.
Entertain the notion. So, this was a great episode. But it might even be my favourite episode.
I'd have to think about it because the others were quite a while ago now.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a break. Yeah,
but I'm definitely very glad to have it back.
I do definitely think the season in a whole's been on an arc up the way.
Oh, definitely. But what I'm saying is I'm not sure. There may be like an anomalous one that I enjoyed more.
Yeah.
But overall, it's trending upwards for sure.
Yeah. So, no, Timeless is back. We're happy to have it back. That was a really great episode. A lot of fun. So, let us know what you thought of it in the comments below. Like and subscribe and all that stuff. Thoughts and theories, all that kind of thing. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.